That's a Pencil Song Class on World Sports Show. So this is Disabled Veterans Life Part 2. So I wanted to tell what happened to me when I was in the military. I was still in, but this just adds to the power of being a veteran and some of the channels that you can take if you think that there's some type of issues that are out of your hands or somebody's doing you wrong and you need, some oomph behind what you're saying, a letter written or something like that. So when I was in the military, what I did was my uncle passed away. And so basically it came to my barracks. I was in Darmstadt, Germany. This is when I was with 32nd ADCOM AAD, which is a missile defense unit with a two-star general over it. I was a 94B. I was a cook. I was a cook before I went into the service. I was a cook in the service, and I was a cook when I got out of the service. So nonetheless, I was a 94B Bravo. And basically, I was in E3, and I was sitting home by myself. Well, sitting in my room. I had two other roommates, but they were out doing whatever. I was sitting at home, and I heard this voice saying, "You're going home." And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm all the way across the ocean. I'm not going anywhere. So I sat up. Next thing you know, I heard these foots coming down the hallway. And I'm like, it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Like everybody's gone out partying or whatever. So they knocked on my door, and when the CQ knocked on my door, I opened it. He was like, Private Powell. And I was like, yeah. He was like, "You're going home." And he handed me a piece of paper, and I went, the next day I was on the flight home, my uncle had died, but not only did my uncle die, my two other uncles died with him. So his three brothers and his two brothers died with him. It's because my uncle had an epileptic seizure, I guess, and crashed the car, and all three of them died. So it was a real tragic day for me and for my family. Nonetheless, when when I got home, I really needed to spend time with my mom because my mother loved our uncle like nobody's business. He was just a great guy, very supportive to her, and he was the adhesive to my mother's side of the family. Other than that, we really don't talk to them. That's exactly what happened. The family fell apart on my mother's side. Once he died, he kept everything together. But nonetheless, so I needed to spend more time with her, but they only gave me 2 weeks in the military. So when they only gave me 2 weeks, I wanted an extension. So what I did was I called my captain, and he was like, "No, we need you to come back." And I really needed to be with my mom because my mom was going through it, and I knew she would once I found out what happened. So what I did was I went down to my local congressman's office. I was told to go there by, I think, another veteran. It was like, I think a recruiter. Recruiter told me. It was like, "Go talk to your congressman." And it was really crazy is the recruiter, I don't even know if it was the guy who actually recruited me, but nonetheless, so he's like, "Go talk to your congressman." And, I walked in the congressman's office. This is really crazy. I walked in the congressman's office, and the congressman wasn't there. And the secretary was there. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. Now, the secretary was there, and she was like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "I wanted to talk to Congressman so-and-so." Now, this is in Pennsylvania. This is in New Kensington, a little small town, New Ken. And she was like, "Well, I might be able to help you." And I said, "Nah, I doubt it." And she was like, "Well, try me." And I was like, "Okay." My name is Specialist Powell, U.S. Army. I'm with a missile defense unit, 32nd ACOM AAD, Darmstadt, Germany. And my commander wants me to come back home. I'm here because of, a death in the family. And I really just need like another week to be with my mom, before I go back across the water, yada, yada, yada. She pretty much cut me off and was just like, "Where's your information?" So I handed her my DD-214, not my DD-214. I handed her forgot what documentation I had, and then I had the number to my unit, And she called the unit and was like, "Hey, this is Congressman so and so's office. I'm speaking on behalf of Anthony and yada yada yada." And she was like, "You got yourself another week." Now, mind you, while you are on that type of leave, the Army still pays you. So they were paying me electronically. They were electronically wiring my money to me. So I was still able to get my check back then. Now this is back in 1990 or 89, somewhere around there. So there was no direct deposit, is what I'm saying. Um, was there direct deposit? I don't think there was. No, we were getting checks. I don't think there was direct deposit. We were getting checks. Nonetheless, so they had to wire my money to me. So I was still getting my money for the next week or week and a half that I was out, and then I finally got on a plane and went across the water. So the congressman's office or your, House representative office is a very powerful tool for a veteran. And I don't care what issue you think it is. I don't care if it's a spousal issue. I don't care if somebody is out there. If you go to jail and you think you're thinking not being properly represented. Listen, what's really crazy is I end up working for the Ohio House of Representative here. I did. I worked there for a year, and I worked for four different reps, two on each side, Democrats and the Republican. As a matter of fact, that's one reason why I can't work there anymore because I was getting emails from both sides, and they were like, "Well, you can't work here. You can't do that." Nonetheless, after that, I end up leaving with Representative Betty Boyd and going to and work in the to work at the state of Ohio for around 3 months. Then I got back into private industry positions. But nonetheless, I just wanted to put that out there for veterans, and I'll make another video about um, veterans and disabled uh, life of veterans and so on and so forth, and some of the tools that you can use. If any guys have any questions for me about being a veteran before you go into the military, during or after, just go ahead and hit me up and I will tell you what I know. But mind you, I went in back in 87, 87, 88, 88 to 91, somewhere around there. So I was in for 3 years. And so some of the things I'll tell you probably still ring true. And some of the things have probably changed drastically. It's your boy Tone 202.